Shut up and sit down.
Hey, I'm Simon.
I'm Ellie.
And if you like our videos, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and you know what to do already with that bell thing. Just smash it. That would be very kind of you. And as usual, we are surprising each other with trailers that the other person has not yet seen and filming our reactions.
So what do we have coming up next?
Well, coming up next, sometimes I pick movies just because they're huge and everyone's talking about them. Other times I pick movies just because they look really, really genuinely good. And, they don't need to be a massive blockbuster for us to invest our time in checking them out. And this is one of those. It's a drama, not normally the genre I would go for. However, it kind of reminds me of that movie The Father, in that it deals with a very difficult subject. It's not about Alzheimer's and dementia the way The Father was, but it deals with a very difficult subject to do with addiction. And it stars two acting powerhouses that I have all the respect in the world for, Mila Kunis and Glenn Close, playing mother and daughter. Yeah. And this movie came out in Sundance 2020. It had a ton of great reception, but of course, like everything else, was held up due to COVID-19, and it's now being released in May 2021. So I'm actually really intrigued. I haven't seen the trailer either, so this is going to be a first for both of us. We're going to check the trailer out and stick around until afterwards, and we'll let you know what we think. But for now,
let's go.
Let's go!
I'm on a level with you, Molly. Opioids have a 97% relapse rate. You have gone through this 15 times. Do you know what an opiate antagonist is?
No.
It's a shot we give you once a month. The shot essentially makes you immune to getting high.
Is it safe? Are you kidding me? Now all of a sudden your body's a temple?
You have to be clean for at least a week.
4 more days, seriously?
God, how different does Mila
Tired of what we've
Kunis
been
look?
through. I'm scared for you whenever she's around.
Who was that?
If I wasn't a junkie, would you even ask?
Probably not. Whenever I've decided to re-engage with her, I've always done it with my eyes wide open.
So you feel like
True
you've
story.
run out of hope.
Please, I can't do that. Yes, you can.
You wanna give up the fight.
Mom, how is she? She sits around smoking, twitching, and I am there watching her like a hawk and pretending that I'm not. Almost 1 day down. 3 more to go.
When you think it's the end of the road.
I'm so sorry. Wish I'd been around.
You should have been.
You think it's my fault that you're an addict? Oh my God. It just goes on and on.
I am so sorry that my drug addiction is so incredibly difficult on you.
Sometimes I get the feeling that I don't want to love her anymore.
When you think it's the end of the road.
Do you know how many times that I have told myself that I'm not gonna steal to get high?
Someday I want things to be easier for her.
That I'm not gonna lose custody of my children to get high.
When you think that the mountain's too high.
Oh, please make it stop.
What does it take to get seen?
And you'll never get through.
I'm so sorry, Mom.
If there's anyone who has the strength to break free of this, it's you. I really believe that. I'm proud of you.
Somehow you do.
Whoa. My goodness. Not much of a chuckle in that one.
Yeah, not a barrel of laughs, I don't think.
No, but I love the fact that this tells the struggle of drug addiction, both from the point of view of the drug addict, but also the point of view of the people around that drug addict. And I think heartbreaking enough to see a mother's desperate attempts to try to support her daughter through just getting through 4 days. And I mean, with how weird time has been over the past year, 4 days can either seem like an eternity or a blink of an eye. But yeah, either way, trying to get through 4 days, seeing a mother's struggle to help her daughter get through that. But then to see the fact that she's also got children and there's this whole network around her. Wow. It looks traumatic to get through. Like it really does looked like a tough sit, but a heck of an emotional journey at the same time. And, I mean, Mila Kunis, so, you know, if you're not familiar with her, she did the voice of Meg in Family Guy, where they're always joking about how disgusting she is, but is gorgeous in real life. You've seen her in movies like Black Swan, where she is absolutely stunning.
And Bad Moms.
And yeah, and yet, what a difference to see her in this.
She looks unrecognizable.
Yeah, literally unrecognizable. And, you know, Glenn Close, just an absolute powerhouse of an actor herself. I think just... I found it just riveting in the trailer, just frame by frame, watching the two of them and their journey. And clearly there are going to be ups when things are going great. There are going to be some crushing lows when things are not going great, and it looks like, you know, she falls off. But I think, you know, I would challenge anyone. Does anybody watching this not know somebody who's had some struggle with addiction? I would imagine 100% of our viewers know somebody who's struggled with addiction, or somebody who's struggling now in silence and doesn't want to be open about it. So to me, it's an important journey to tell, and the fact that it's based on a true story as well. But I do feel like, you know, people need to know about you know, I guess the actual risk of opioids. I mean, they are a horrifying thing in our society today that millions and millions of people are addicted to. And I think to be able to see how terrible they are, the impact they have on real lives, and to actually document somebody's realistic struggle getting off of them, I think is really, really valuable. So I hope this movie gets a lot of views just based on the fact that it's a story that needs to be told.
I really
what about
like
you?
With that, I like how it doesn't shy away from how complicated addiction can be. Like, I mean, it's only a short trailer, but just that it shows you that it isn't just someone who's an addict just makes a decision and then they go to rehab and then they're fine. Like, clearly she's gone to rehab multiple times, and it's not a straight line, and it shouldn't be, and no one should be expecting it to be. So I like that complicated.
Or even those people who are cynical and they're like, why do you even need rehab? Just stop taking them. Like, there's a chemical addiction element here that, you know, actually is really, really difficult to break. Sorry.
And especially with opiates as well, because there is a physical dependence, and I like it that it also didn't shy away from kind of as you are detoxing from opiates and how painful that can be, and that she has to go through that multiple times, and that we get to see that and how much her parents care about her but have to make difficult decisions. And yeah, it's certainly not a fun movie, but it, like you said, is an important one. And I like that it just kind of faces the realities that so many people live with every day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you know me, I normally like really dumb, mindless action movies. Like, I want to watch Godzilla vs. Kong. I want to watch a giant monkey punch a giant lizard and stomping on cars and whatever. Like, that's my normal bag. But I do think I love focusing on movies that are wonderful in terms of the performances, and this seems to be that. I love focusing on stories that need to be told for any reason, and this also seems to be that. And on indie projects that, you know, you may just not expect. I mean, I don't know what the story is behind this, but I wonder if they knew they were going to get powerhouses like Glenn Close and Mila Kunis on this project. And I really hope just having that star power amplifies this message so more people actually hear it, because like I keep banging on, it's a story that needs to be told. And like we explored with our coverage of the Life After the Navigator documentary, which talks about Joey Kramer, the child star of Flight of the Navigator, his battle with addiction, and it really documented that in some detail in an unflinching way. But like we found with that, the people that have been through this and come out the other side, and like you said, it's not a straight path. If you do this, this, and this, you follow these 12 steps, and then you're fixed and you're good again. It's not that. It's normally someone who's been on a hell of a journey to come out the other side. But those people tend to have a really profound worldly wisdom as they come out the other side of that experience. And they typically have a really interesting worldview to share and great advice for the people around them. So, again, I suspect everybody watching this knows somebody who's been battling or is battling with addiction. Don't treat those people like lepers. Those are typically some of the most valuable people that you can have in your life. Try to help them where you can, let them help themselves where they need to, but keep those people in your life. They're typically really, really valuable friends to have in the long run. Well, there you go, friends. Not a laugh a minute, not a monkey punching a lizard, but a really, really important story that looks genuinely awesome, and we get it in May. So they loved it at Sundance Film Festival 2020. I'm sure people are going to love it when it comes out in May this year as well on streaming video on demand platforms. So there you go. Well, we hope, we're even going to put up at the end of this some advice for people, and in the description some advice for people who are battling addiction, in case that's helpful for you and in case anything about this was triggering to you. But therefore, best of luck on whatever journeys you are on, and we'll see you next time on the next Dork trailer ambush.
Peace out, warriors.
Bye.
Shut up and sit down.